Welcome back to Professional Playground Only, the podcast spotlighting hair professionals sharing their journeys and the real life stories behind the good, the bad, and the funny moments in the chair. I'm your host, Hadney Alexander, and today we're joined by Carmen Davis, a Richmond, VA and NYC-based natural hair activist. Known for her work in bridal, editorial, and film styling, Carmen is a published bridal hair specialist whose artistry has been featured across fashion and editorial spaces, including New York Fashion Week and Couture Fashion Week. And she's also worked with celebrity clients and continues to be a strong advocate for natural hair and curl empowerment. Okay, we're so excited to have her here with us today to share more about our journey. Carmen, my girl, welcome to Professional Playground Only. I'm so glad to have you here with us, honey.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And before we dive in, tell our audience a little about yourself. I know you're currently based in Richmond, Virginia. Are you originally from there? And how long have you been in the industry?
So I've been in the industry for 15 years this year, December 7th. Makes 15 years. And I am an Army brat, so I always call myself East Coast Gumbo. I was born in North Carolina. I've lived in Maryland. I lived in New York. I grew up in the Bronx. I went to high school in Richmond, Virginia. Graduated from Old Dominion University.
Okay.
But when after I got my cosmetology degree, I did go back to New York and I created a clientele up there as well. So I spent a lot of my adulthood up there as well.
Yeah, baby, you are a worldwide gumbo, and who doesn't like gumbo? So, Carmen, I have to say your work is beautiful, Mama. I love how you highlight natural texture. Tell us, how did you find your way into the world of bridal, film, and editorial styling?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I originally found, I would kind of consider her a mentor because I asked her so many questions and she was always responding without even knowing me online. Her name is Shadell Holmes. And I was like, shout out to Shadell.
I was going to say, shout out to Shadell.
And I literally wanted to do exactly what she did. Like, she started out doing hair a little older in life. She ended up solely working in editorial spaces, fashion shows, things like that. And she was putting me in a space of you don't have to be 100% behind the chair. And I was like, okay, cool. Because that was something that's why I was dragging my feet to become a cosmetologist. I didn't want to be behind the chair all day, every day. I used to look at them and be like, girl, this looks like it's such hard work. Oh my God. It is. So I used to ask her questions. She would respond. And I legitimately just started networking. I graduated. I was in spaces. I had friends that worked in fashion. I used to work in fashion. So I tried to use, those connections that I had to ensure that I could be in certain rooms in certain spaces. During Fashion Week, I would go to all of because I don't know if people know this. If you live in New York during Fashion Week, if you're on a certain list, you kind of could go to almost any and every kind of party and things like that. So I was going to all this stuff for free, connecting, doing my thing. So
good to know. Y'all heard that?
No.
Keep that here in the family, y'all. Okay, let's keep that here. All right.
So I started doing that work solely off. I saw someone doing it that looked like me and that was around my age. And I was like, well, I want to, do the same thing. So I just went for it. And then the first salon I worked at, she was heavy in bridal.
Okay.
So then that opened up another door because when I was in beauty school, I kept winning all the updo competitions. And I was like, that's crazy because I never even would have assumed that would be something that I would have done. But you have to lean into what you're just naturally good at. So that's literally what happened. It was natural talent, accessibility, connect.
I get that. Okay, Gumbo, we see you, Mama. That's amazing. And you do it so well. You really do. You do it so well. Now, listen, before we dive into your journey of the good, the bad, and the funny, I want to start with something fun to warm us up. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you got a couple of icebreaker questions. So this section we're going to do is called the PPO Quick Picks. It's this or that. Now, there will be two options. You're going to go with your first instinct, and if something stands out, feel free to share why. Bridal styling or editorial styling?
Bridal styling. So before, if you would have asked me that years ago, I would have said editorial because I stopped doing bridal for a little while because I used to be too invested emotionally because, things happen.
Absolutely.
So I used to be ready to fight the bridal party because I'd be like, girl, that was ugly.
Yeah,
that was ugly.
Brides, that's why we're bridal luxury stylists. We really have your back, fully.
No, for real.
Fully.
Like, we love y'all, for real.
For real.
For real.
For real.
But I would say bridal because I can do it on autopilot, like with my eyes closed. I don't really have to think about it. And even if something like happens to happen, I just know how to tweak. It's just very easy for me. And I like how like it puts the whole look together. I love editorial, but you know, sometimes editorial doesn't go the way that you want it to on set. And then now you just have to tweak it and make it something else. And it's still beautiful, but it's not the same. I don't get the same like fulfillment, you know, like afterwards it's like, I really wanted this to work out like this. You know, I wanted you to have a balloon on your head of hair as opposed, you know? So
Natural texture or sleek sculpted look?
Natural texture all there.
I know. Duh. But this is your answer, right? Curl definition or volume with personality?
Volume with personality all day, every day, baby.
Because the bigger,
and
the
I don't
better.
care what it looks like. I don't care if it's straight,
bigger,
if it's big, like
bigger, curly, bigger.
The biggest,
bigger, the better. Bring it to God. Believe. The bigger the hair, the closer to God.
For real. I was like
I think I heard that from Dolly Parton or somebody said that.
Yes.
Right?
The bigger the hair, the closer the guy. Yeah.
Somebody. But okay, agreed. So, NYC pace or Richmond pace?
NYC.
Okay. Do what you think looks best or have 17 inspirational photos?
Absolutely not. Do what you do looks best. I legit was saying like my perfect day in the salon would be you walk in, I look at you, you tell me like what I can't do, and then we just do. Because a lot of times, you know, like we get comfortable in a look. That doesn't mean that's the look for you.
Exactly.
Right? And I feel like if a lot of women leaned into that, the girls would like just fall in love with themselves all over again.
Absolutely. Protective styling season or wash and go season?
Wash and go season. Because if we talking retention and hair and keeping hair on your head, wash and go.
Okay. All right.
You know,
good answer. Good answer. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that. All right.
Film styling.
Okay. Why?
Because usually film styling, you know, there's a story, you have to create a character. And then to me, it really like tests your skill. Because it is really simple hairstyling, but it's like, okay, you know, like if you have a client and you do the client bi-weekly, monthly, whatever, or even quarterly, and they're like, oh, do my hair like last time. I don't remember it. But you know, in reality, yesterday. Exactly. But like as I'm getting older, I'm like, girl, take notes. You know what I'm saying? Do stuff like that. But like you have to take notes for your film people, because that's why sometimes we watching a movie or even like we'll watch like reality TV. You like this curl tight on this side, this curl on this side. But then another time you'll see it and it's like matching exactly. But it's like because whoever did it, even if it was somebody different, they didn't have any notes to say like, hey, last time I used the wand, I let it set or whatever. So I feel like it really tests your skill set. Like, are you really who you say you are?
Yeah, I love that.
All right, so do that ponytail like you did it last time.
Are you really who you say you are? All right. I said a little flex. I see you, girl. So, if you chose natural hair activist, bridal specialist, editorial artist, and celebrity style, which one hat do you naturally step into first?
Natural hair activist.
Oh,
yeah. That's really, because a lot of people don't know, like I do a lot of community work. When I was in Atlanta, I did hair for free at the school. Once a month, we would go up there and anybody that was like in the need or signed up for the program, we would do their hair. Like that's just me. Like that's even sweet. Like when everybody was furloughed and stuff like that, I was collecting food at the salon so I could donate it to the food bank. Like that's really my core. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I do.
Yeah, like you know, I go to so I do that way more than I probably, because I don't record and talk about, you know, like when stuff is really like genuine and a part
you're
of
not
like
recording it. I know.
I'm not even thinking about that.
You're not trying to do it all for the videos, dancing, singing. Yeah.
Exactly. No, for real. Like, I was telling, because somebody was like, oh, something. And I was like, yeah, I've done like so many career days. I can't even remember them. You know, and they're like, really? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's good to know the heart element of a stylist and what they do. And that's why I like platforms like this, so that you know, like, oh snap, I didn't know you did that. And I know your audience, your clientele, and those that support you, they will love to hear this interview and find that out, because that's a soft spot. That's beautiful. That was very insightful and hilarious. We're gonna move into our next light segment. Okay, now this is the Finish the sentence. I'll share 3 prompts and you briefly respond with what comes to mind. So, being in this industry has taught me blank.
Being in this industry has taught me patience. That's I can do that in one word, patient.
Yeah, absolutely agreed.
Yep,
absolutely agree. All right. Longevity in this field requires
consistently learning, growing, and marketing yourself and being okay with like learning. Like recently, I assisted. I've never assisted. I didn't have to assist, thank God. But you know what I'm saying? But I've been intentionally putting myself in spaces because I feel like I missed something, you know?
Yeah. I don't mind assisting. Like I know I'm Beyonce, I know. But I still want to learn. Yeah, I mean, I know who I am. But I still want to learn certain skills. So I don't think assisting is bad at all. And I think sometimes we think like we come to a part in our career that we can't do something that we did before. Whatever makes us grow better. I don't care what I got to do. I want to learn.
Yeah.
You know?
You want to learn.
So, yeah, I want to learn. I'm always a student. Always a student.
Always a student.
Always a student. Okay. So my girl, Carmen, success to me at this stage looks like
success for me at this stage looks like not worrying about the career because I've already built it. I think so. Before I moved to Georgia, I was living in a bubble. So I thought that everybody was thriving at the same level as me. Anyone that I know that have been doing hair for a while, or just, was showing up a certain way. I didn't realize like when I was younger, like when I first started, I already had built it. Where I feel like a lot of people are already just, like they're just figuring it out.
Yeah.
But a lot of things that I hear people speak on, like I'm like, I've been doing that, or like that's been a thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've had to learn to just lean into like, Carmen, you already have it. You have the foundation. You have the juice. Lean into that. It's built. And then at this point, figuring out like, what does the next level and phase of your career look like, as opposed to like, this part is already done. Like it's well oiled. I don't have to continue to, So that is the success for me. Gotta clap for your small wins.
I think the same thing. Bum, 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 bum. I'm proud of you. I love that. I have not heard anyone say that. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. All right, Carmen, well, I do appreciate you sharing that. Now we're going to get into the heart of Professional Playground Only. It's our signature segment. This is where we get real about the good, the bad, and the funny that people don't often see. So let's start with the good. What's been the best or most rewarding moment behind the chair for you? Can you give us one example or an experience that comes to mind?
It has to be behind the chair. It can't be hair related.
It could be hair related.
So my best experience has been me assisting with getting the Crown Act law passed in Virginia. That was very rewarding. And they did an article on me in The Guardian. So I was really, really happy about that. And I got to go to like a whole bunch of schools and talk to like their civic class and their, social studies classes and stuff like that. That was fun. I felt like, I actually assisted with the community with that one. So yeah, that's my one.
Super dope! I was like, do not interrupt her while she's talking. But I'm like,
no, for real. But like, I didn't think it was a big thing. But like, I didn't think it was a big. I didn't at the time until like the interview, like the journalist came. And so like, I interviewed with like Canada on the radio. It was crazy. I was like, oh wait,
did you didn't post it, did you?
No, I did. This was years ago though. Like, this was during like 2020, 2021.
Okay, you feel free to repost that. All right.
Great.
Asking. All right. So now with every high, there usually comes a moment that challenges you and helps you to grow. So of course, without disclosing any names or salons, we always want to dignify others. What's been one of the most challenging or difficult moments in your career that has tested you professionally or emotionally? Can you give us one example or experience?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I got one. One time I was assisting with a junior stylist. And I had asked, because I basically ended up doing the whole hairstyle, I asked the owner if I would get some type of compensation for this because it was a commission salon. And she was like, why would you get that? And I was like, because I basically did it. I did the braid down. I did the crochet. Like, I did the style. And she in return goes, you done made me so mad. I want to take off my shoes. And I said, you want to take off your shoes? She was like, yeah, I want to come up out of my shoes.
I said, you right.
I said, you want to fight? She said, she was like, I said, wait, so you're my employer and I'm your employee. And you told me you want to come up out of your shoe to fight me?
Kick
Because
in?
you're not saying the end part, but that's what I'm hearing. So yeah. So long story short, ended up
What?
going. I went home that weekend because at this time I was working elsewhere. I won't say where because
Yeah.
I was
Dignity?
working elsewhere, correct.
Yeah.
And I ended up going back to Richmond. And that weekend, I was like, hey, you know, I literally said, let me take the weekend. I'm going to reflect because
Yeah.
maybe it's me, you know? I knew it wasn't, but this was me like, oh, I'm going to quit. I'm out of there. Right? As I'm gone, there's a group text sent out that says, hey, there's a mandatory salon meeting. And if y'all don't show up, you'll be fired. Get to the salon meeting. At the meeting elsewhere, we're reading the book at first, like, you know, policies and procedures. Then it goes into person by person. They're telling me how much they have an issue with me. Oh, this is crazy.
I have no words.
Yeah, so you know,
I have no
I stopped
words.
working there.
I don't want to, it's nothing I could say that's dignifying at this point. I just have to be quiet and just go,
It
I'm
was
very
not,
proud that you
but you
handled that with
know,
grace. I know. And you
thank
know,
you.
we've all been, well, that's after the table talk.
Listen,
Uh,
but you know what it
but
was? That taught me. Tell you what it
yeah,
taught me, though.
please share with us.
I am like a team player. I get in where I fit in. I do whatever, but I'm not a copycat follower. So unless there is like a super like a dress code, right? Like I've worked at salons where like all black is a must, black, white, and gray is a must. Okay,
Hmm.
you can wear like the salon colors. I'm cool with all of those things, but I am true to myself. Like at one point, especially in that season, I was wearing a lot of faux locks. You know, like everything was very
Yeah.
natural. It was like a low haircut, whatever. You know what I mean? Like I was dressing very like bohemian-esque. That was my
Yeah.
vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Y'all are all in denim and shirts and, you know, three, four, $500 sneakers. I'm not that kind of girl.
Yeah.
As a collective, they wanted me to just be like monkey see, monkey do like them. Everyone
Mm,
was like, you know, the owner's minions a little, but myself and the owner at the time have been doing hair about the same amount of time. So, you know, I
okay.
already very much so developed my own, you know, like you start to
Yeah.
develop your own brand, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I
I
do.
expect nothing less than from you, Hattie, to look like this. This is how you show up. You get what I'm saying?
On any
Because
given
you're that
Sunday.
girl. On
On any given
any given Sunday
and go home
day.
and wear a muumuu, not the point.
But do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
At
ma'am,
a
I
certain point in your
100%
career,
do.
you just
Yeah.
start to cultivate who you really are.
Yeah,
And I think because I
absolutely.
didn't come in like, whatever you say, let's do it. Because
Yeah.
also there was no dress code. So it was like, you just want to be so different. So what I learned was
You just want to be
that
so different though?
what I learned was
Picking up my
my
bag.
energy disrupts people when they feel insecure about who they are and where they are. And I've learned I don't have to address it. I can always remove myself because my people gonna follow me wherever I'm at. So I had to learn that then because I used to be scared of that, like, or I would try to like make myself small because it used to
Mhm.
make people, you know, like I don't
Mhm.
know why people don't like me. I don't know why people don't like me. It's not for me to know why they don't like me. I didn't do anything to you. But what I ended up learning was, oh, you're not mad at me. You're mad at you. So now you're projecting. So that was the lesson. That was the lesson.
You know, that statement right there deserves a round of applause. Standing ovation. Cause you just spit a whole bar right there. Thank you. That's all I'm going
You're
to say.
welcome. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Because,
That's
yeah.
gonna help somebody out there. I know
You
it
already
is.
know. That's why I was like this. Standing ovation. All right. Now listen, I know there's bound to be hilarious moments, craziness that happens in our salon, our field with each other and all the things. What's been one of the funniest, craziest experience or moments in your career that you've had behind the chair, Carmen?
I just had something really good happen.
Okay. All right.
Just had something really good happen. So salon is booked out. They're like, Carmen, no one can take her. Can you take this woman? Maybe. What's going on? I have a little gap. She's saying she needs to come in right now. Okay, but again, what's going on? Oh, she has these little twists that, you know, like a flat twist or some twist, you know, two strand twist, something. She needs something. I'm like, okay, good. Then they're like, well, she says she's having contractions. Excuse me? Who? Who's having contractions? I said, absolutely not. I said, let me speak to her. Because I don't want to say yes. And then, you know what I'm saying? So now, but this is like a salon conversation. So we have like clients involved, other stylists involved, because, you know, like everyone in there at the time is a woman. So everyone's like, wait a minute, contractions. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't even know if insurance wise, if this makes sense for her to come here. But anyway, so I'm like, let me speak to her. I'm speaking to her. She's at the door. Hey. How y'all doing? I'm like, wait. I said, where's your husband? I told him to get in the car. I said, absolutely not. Can you please tell him to come in here? She goes, okay. She comes, she sit down. I said, so yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on. She goes, oh, what? She starts showing me photos of her hair. I said, absolutely not. I don't care about that hair. I don't care about that. Ma'am, let's talk about it. What's going on? I said, are you
What?
currently contracting? No. Yes
No,
and no.
no.
I drove from Fredericksburg here. I live in Richmond. Y'all know how far that is. And let's say it was 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm supposed to be in my labor induced at 1. Excuse excuse me? What? I said, "Do you even know if you can lean back?"
Honey, she was bound to get a bumper curl before that baby came out. She was
No, so
determined.
what happened was this one made it funny, like a
What?
little like everybody in the salon is cracking up. They're like, "Ain't no way." So I'm like in my head, this got to be like her third, fourth, fifth kid because I feel
Absolutely. Yeah, because you're like,
girl,
okay, she's, yeah, don't say it's the first.
the first one. She then goes, she she then goes, she then goes, she then
Get up and just walk away. Like,
She
nuts.
then go listen, she then goes, well, I originally planned on I'm going into labor and I'm just gonna two-strand twist my hair while I'm in labor. She was like, and then as it got like more real, I'm high risk. I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. But anyway, me being me, of course I did her hair.
Because you're
Of course
great
I got
Samaritan.
cause I'm
You're
me.
good
I got her out in
Samaritan.
time. We did everything that needed to be done. Everybody was like, I would not have done hair. I was like, y'all know I was gonna
She's
do that
already
lady hair.
there. She's
She's
already
already here.
there.
And the thing was, that's why I told her, I said, listen, your husband has to sit in here. I know he's
Okay,
usually
good.
probably, I said, but if anything happens, that's going to be between you and him. Y'all going to have to figure that out. I just don't want any part.
I,
And she said, okay. And she told me, thank you so much. She really appreciated it. And literally to this day, like that happened a few months ago. And my clients to this day be like, did the lady tell you she had the baby? Had the baby?
yo, I've heard a lot of experiences, but I'm blown,
Yeah,
okay?
that was crazy.
Blown away.
Crazy. Crazy.
All righty. Well, on that note, all right, listen. So I do want to ask one thing, and I'm just throwing this in. It's not, in our script for you. What's one thing that your audience, your people, that no one knows about you, Carmen?
I sing. They know that. I
You
post that.
sing.
Yeah, and then
Okay, I
like
didn't know you
all
could
my little
sing.
Yeah, girl, I used to
Wait a
sing
minute.
backup for
You
some
could
people, honey.
you could sing,
I
sing?
I could sing.
Oh
I
no,
sang for
we did
Mariah
not.
Carey as a little. Okay, they don't know this. When I was saying I sang for Mariah Carey at the Sony studio, and I sang for Alicia Keys on the phone. The people don't know that. They don't know that. Oh, and I got one more. I used to style people at TRL because I used to work in fashion. Those are my three for today. Drops the mic.
I was gonna say, I don't know why you didn't stand up and just walk away and be like, the end, the end, the end, the end. I'm like this.
Those are my three. Those are my three. Those are my three. So
Alrighty.
my dad used to do security at Sony Studios, and we used to always think he was lying about everything. So like, he would come home and be like, "These are Michael Jackson's masks." Oh, they're not. Liar. Like we just think he was lying about everything, like whatever.
He
And
wasn't.
then he wasn't. And
He
then
wasn't.
what made us start believing him was he had told us he had sat and had champagne with Mariah Carey in the brat, and Mariah Carey was telling him like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave my husband." And then I don't know, in New York they have something called the Daily News.
Yeah.
Maybe like weeks later, it was saying, they were getting split. And we're like,
Oh my
"Oh, you tell the
dear.
truth." Yeah, so he was like
Oh
telling
yeah.
her all it's like, "Oh my God, my daughter sings." And I was in like a gospel group. We used to go to churches and get paid to sing at the time. So he was like,
Wow.
"Oh, she sings." And then I sang for her, but then I didn't want to get signed. Like, girl, yeah, that's another
Yeah,
conversation for another day. But people
yeah,
kept
yeah.
trying to,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was
Okay.
just like, no. But yeah, that happened. And then I was dating a guy, and his name was Mouse. Like his nickname is Mouse, and he used to be like Alicia Keys' hype man. And he was like,
Oh,
"Oh, she could sing. Listen." And yeah, so
that's cool. That's a nice. I like that. I like that. I like knowing that about you. They're gonna be excited. Your people are gonna be
yeah.
like, what? Yeah, I love that. I love that. So, Carmen, to close, I want to ask something for the next generation of stylists and creators. So, for anyone who wants to follow in your footsteps, they're watching this, they're like, how did she get there? You dropped so many good tips. What helped you yourself sustain longevity in this industry? And what's one advice you would give to stylists starting today?
So I think for myself, I have never stopped learning. I don't mind taking critical criticism. Like anyone can tell me like something about my work, and I definitely will take it, even if I'm offended.
Mhm.
I don't mind receiving it and being like, okay, let me go back to the drawing board, especially even when things happen in the salon. Take it like I need to do better business as opposed to being upset and angry with, client,
Yeah.
myself, people, right? That's I think that's how I was able to sustain in my longevity. Also, you have to be who you say you are, right? So you can't
Mhm.
ask your clients to be on time and you're late. Like things like
Mm.
that. You just gotta, cause the head only, look, what they say, the body only does what the head tells it to. So
Absolutely.
I believe like, we are the head and then our clientele, our community, they're the body. So that's that part. And then I think for any stylist that's coming up today, especially in a world of only doing stitch braids or only doing press out, silk
Mhm.
press or only doing, laying a wig, I think that the girls need to remember you need to know everything. I'm not saying you have to master it, but you should know more than your one or two that is bringing you the money because the industry changes. So when I started, I was only doing Caucasian women's hair and I was only doing extension work and color. That moved into me doing natural hair. I also, prior to that, was doing relaxers and things like that. When I moved to New York, I was doing relaxers. I just think that you need to know whatever your community needs or wherever you're working or whatever the season is. Because even right now, it's a season and women are going natural again, right? It's this like big thing again,
Mhm.
whereas to me it's not, but to people that have never been here before, it's the whole movement. And if you
Mhm.
don't know how to even do a style that a natural woman or a loose natural hair woman is wearing, you may get a little left behind. Same goes for, extension work. If you don't know
Mhm.
the latest of the trends and you only still know how to do your one or two techniques, you may get left behind. So
True.
I'm not saying master everything, but I do think that some in this world where they're telling you niche down, niche down. Yeah, you can niche down once you've done enough, but
Absolutely.
learn more and then figure the rest out.
Great advice. Great advice. Well said. Well said,
Thank you.
Mama. Well said.
Thank you.
Carmen, thank you so much for sharing your journey. And we really, truly appreciate you being part of the Professional Playground Only today. This is so good.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're amazing. You're amazing. So now my audience, if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe at Professional Playground Only. Share with all your stylist friends and follow Carmen on all her platforms. You will actually find her information on the screen below. And until then, we will see you on the next episode. If that's it, baby, we done.
Bye.